Karmith banned out. There's only one hero in her pool.
Yep.
The Atlas comes around as well. Great choice. But to answer that question as well, I think it's also partly the speed, the tempo difference.
Yep.
Whenever Navi go for the box trade, they want it fast, they want it quick, they want to get those invades early to control the neutral objectives, get those early ganks.
Yo guys, sorry I'm
Marcel,
late.
it'll be a delayed approach. They'll try to bait those resources out from Galaxy Phoenix first.
Actually, this was a tough choice for Navi. With the Atlas on the other side, with the Marcel on your side, you have to think about whether or not you want to pick up a Valentina for you, just so you can get that utility, and you don't get the chance to give the golden hour to Galaxy Phoenix if they want to pick the Valentina. So they said, you know what, let's see if we can give it difficulty at the center of the map. We'll pick up the Lilia instead, and they get the power pick and the Esmeralda.
And I understand it, you know, on the Valentina, you deny it away from Galaxy Phoenix, you don't give the golden hour away, you get a Fatal Links to play with as well if you pick up the Valentina. But I think right now it's all about survivability. That's why they build on the Marcel. They're doubling down on sustain, on delaying fights, and playing the long game. Just because they know the Galaxy Phoenix tendencies, assassins.
Yes.
They want to go on assassins. They want to get in, get out real quick. If Navi can lock them down in a team fight for a long period of time, this looks like the comp to do it with.
Oh, no junglers yet for either side. Let's see if Galaxy Phoenix will pick it here. And yeah, they do. They'll pick up the Akai, and might not be the best pick right now. I feel like the Valentina would have been much better, even though the difficulty would provided the roam mid. I like the idea that they have the golden hour with them. That guy could have been something else, but let's see.
So going so far from what I'm understanding, the side of Galaxy Phoenix, they want a quick game. They want to finish this strong and fast. Now for Navi though, they're okay with postponing the game, keeping it long. They want to play the slow game to counter the aggression of Galaxy Phoenix. Now for the last two heroes to be picked though, could that change up?
It could. It really comes down to picking up the CC in the XP, but the thing is, Navi were the first ones to do it, right? We see the Barats getting banned out as well, just taking it away from Keishi. It really feels like they've kind of swapped their playstyles. Galaxy Phoenix now have gone for the early approach, going for the neutral objectives with the Akai, and I agree with you, Redmar. I'm not a big fan of these picks, not because it worked, but mainly it's because it's just so not Galaxy Phoenix.
Yeah, there's something about it right now. It's like, oh, are you trying to show them that you can play the same playstyle as them? But that's going against how you made it so far here in MWI. You showed off your own playstyle.
But also, is there a chance? Hey, it's semifinals. Grand finals is right there. They're knocking on the door. Have they been holding out this entire time?
I think if there's a time to show it, it should be now. It's a best of 5. You can come into the series slow. You don't need to go in guns blazing with your best picks. You could try to maybe get a win on some of the uncomfortable picks, you know, frustrate your opponents, deny some of these win conditions away. But again, for Navi, it's the CC ban straight up. They do not want this Esmeralda to lose out on the lane.
Yeah, and with them taking that out, the gold lanes for Rian are slowly getting taken away. You still have the carry available, seeing that there's an Akai on the other side. I think Navi has to consider banning out the Farsa of Sophia. That was one of the picks that gave a lot of difficulty. But then if you're going to be stuck with the carry, you have to consider also ban out the Eve. It's a pick your poison type of deal, whether it's the Eve because it's better for the team fights, or Farsa with the overall map presence. It's Navi's choice, really.
I'm thinking Eve right now. They need to get that carry, man. So many tanky boys here up for Galaxy Phoenix. They banned the Valentina instead. Something that can still be good, the golden hour, but I personally would take that risk going up against the Valentina, just giving the carry a little bit more range, because
you pick between the Eve or the Farsa, and they do go for the Farsa of Sophia. This is the pick that I saw with how she played it. It really stopped Navi from being able to rotate around the map and take control of the river, so I understand why they would want to prioritize it. We did mention that the carry would be one of the best picks that Navi could go for right now. It's not an Eve, but it's still going to be really difficult, because now you have a choice. Are you going to go for the Flicker, or are you going to go for the Purify? You pop your Purify against the Atlas, and Sophia still has the Feathered Airstrike. It's almost GG for the carry.
It looks a bit too good right now for Galaxy Phoenix. It doesn't look like Navi have an answer, but we'll find out. Do they go for the Assassins? We mentioned it. Keishi can play the Assassins. They kind of need it right now. A little bit more damage to the backline, or something that can threaten the back. Thing is, they don't have a Moskov anymore. The Claude's already denied away from them. They go for the Alice. We saw this in the jungle just yesterday, and it's a Bruno in gold. Not that carry, a little bit more versatility, and I guess...
You're live, guys.
I don't know. It's not really the best of lanes now against the Claude. I think the carry's still better in lane, but the Bruno gets the job done when we're thinking about the main win condition, which
So
is
who's gonna win
long
game
team
one?
fights. You
I'm
build
very
up on
hungry,
those
by the
stacks,
way. I
get
need
the
to
crits
eat.
all over.
This is going to be a really demanding game for the Bruno. We talked about the carry and the difficulties it would have against those picks. Bruno even more so.
Yeah.
So, Rian, now is your time to shine, to show off that you have gotten so much better since MWI
Very
2024.
hungry.
You've
Welcome to the
improved over the
stream,
years.
everybody.
GXP on the swing
game
back,
still
they have
starts
an
in, by the
EXP,
way.
I think. Oh, with the Alice. I think they also picked up the Alice later on because I think they were thinking maybe a Yuzhao might pop up in the EXP lane. They're not going to be a lane matchup, but they did show it. Oh, they go for the Arlott instead.
And it's really good. I like the Arla here with the Akai, with the Atlas, with even the Farsa. Everybody can
Bro,
really
the
proc
comp
that
of
vengeance.
Galaxy is
So, comes down to how
crazy.
they'll play it. It is all about execution.
It's Galaxy Phoenix versus Na'Vi. One team has been in the championship circle before, the other a dark horse looking to make history, surprise
Bro,
everybody,
Cambodia
and make it
versus
to the grand
the Philippines.
finals. Who is truly ready to rise above? It's Galaxy Phoenix versus Na'Vi. It's the knockout stage semifinals. Who's moving forward? Who's dropping down? Brigida Gideon, let's find out.
Yo, hope you guys
Thank
can
you so
hear
much,
me.
Reflections. Here today, MWI is going to continue in the semifinals. Is not going to disappoint here. We're kicking off this best of 5 immediately right from the get-go as we head on into the Land of Dawn to show you who is going to be the best. Both competitors have been set up perfectly by our studio, Brigida. And I don't know about you, but I was leaning over to GXP with their performance, and I know you're leaning into Navi, but one of these teams are going to go home.
I really want to say I'm leaning into Navi, but based on the performance that GXP has been showing us, I'm just pretty sure that this is going to be a tough task for them to overcome, to make it back into the grand finals. We're taking a quick look at the emblems right now. Definitely, I have my eyes on the Farsec since we don't see it a lot, but this is looking like a very aggressive type, because even based on the flight paths that Sophia's been showing us on the Farsa, there are just times where she plays it so aggressively, and that's nice to see.
Personally, for me, it's really nice to actually see Farsa kind of come back into the meta. Yes,
First
she
blood.
has the relevant damage, but it's that range that makes the marksman's lives difficult. So far, Rian and Winnie are going to have a very difficult game here overall. Remar put it the best, right? It's going to be so mechanically demanding, and also taking Master Assassin as part of the emblem set really goes to show that Rian, from beginning to end, wants to dominate.
Yep, and this is gonna be such an interesting take too in the team fights, because they're all on Purifies apart from Keishi. So you know how difficult it is gonna be because of how overwhelming the crowd control GXP actually had.
And that's actually the thing I wanted to talk about, right? When we're talking about ups and downs, pros and cons, Navi for Purify sounds like a great idea. Who is going to be the one who engages? And I think they've only got one real answer for those long engages. But first, as we see, level 4 about to start, I want to see whether or not Keishi, can they back her up? Because you're going to need not Aya and Nami to join in on those engagements if they want to play the push and pull.
Yep. Because I think even the panel mentioned how extended team fights would be the go-to for Navi. But GXP, would they even allow that? Would they even fight back? They tried to steal away that orange camp, but they don't actually take it away from Fa. Doesn't have the retry though, but Navi are still gonna get in this fight. That's the heavy spin. Keishi secures the objective already. There goes the better airstrike as well. Not Ayanami, not looking good. Gets brought back with the final smash, but is still alive. Sophia says no though. Fa right now looking like the next target, and she goes down in the hands of Mirai. Lemma trying to go for the stun, but is not enough to save Fa. And it seems like Navi have somewhat equalized the kills in terms of that fight.
So close, yet so far. Sophia finds the first trade, can't get the second, keep them in the profit zone. Right now, we're back to the neutral state, 1-1 with a slight goal lead on Navi, and that's exactly what we were expecting, especially since GXP are the ones, hey, we have to be reliant. We have to depend on our big wombo combos. Navi, yes, they've got combos, but they can kind of fight forever and ever and ever.
Yep, we were asking if GXP were willing to take that on, because it seemed like they were very ultra-liant. They had to really wait for those setups, those timings. But Navi, even before the objective, really tried to force a reaction out of them just by visiting that orange jungle cap. So now, we see the rotations from GXP, but Navi, I think the way
Wait,
they've
welcome
been
to stream.
managing their
Welcome, welcome,
sides,
welcome.
they
You're
won't
early.
fall into any traps that GXP will be setting up anytime soon.
Well,
Game's
not yet,
literally
at least,
just
because
starting.
so far, I think GXP has also understood, you know what? As much as we want to be the aggressors, technically, if we absorb the damage, especially from Kenshi and not Ayanami, that means Sophia can get a free feathered airstrike. And if that first
It's Navi
interaction,
Philippines
first fight of this
versus
game
GXP
looked like that to a
Cambodia.
one-to-one trade before Sophia has items, I can't imagine once we start getting into the 8 minutes, the 11 minutes, when she's
I'm supporting
going
the
to
Philippines, of
one-shot
course.
some of these targets.
Which is exactly
Navi,
the time
Navi,
you expect
Navi,
Rian to
Navi,
also
Navi
join, right?
Philippines.
And just pray, just
And
Navi
just
please.
hope that it doesn't land on her, because that's gonna be, I think, the biggest
Yeah,
problem
GXP
if
has,
Navi decides
like,
to
a
switch
very
up their
good
playstyle
combo
a bit
ball.
and decide to
It all
play around
depends
just
on
creating space for Rian
them
to
layering
either
their
find the
skills.
objectives
Because
and
if
the
they go
targets,
all
because
at
really, honestly
once,
speaking, I think it's just Rian who could pull off
not
all
gonna
these
work.
structured takedowns at this point, looking at their lineup.
I think it's really difficult as well to deal with not only the Akai, but the Atlas, because you're thinking, all right, at least with Akai, you can buffer the flicker to kind
Yeah.
of get out of awkward scenarios. But unfortunately, with the Atlas, it kind of gives you that guarantee, so now you don't have a choice of battle spell options. But we see the fight now starting to progress, and Final Slashes, Golden Hour is out!
And the better airstrike too, as Keiichi secures the second objective of the game. But look at how the heavy spin and the fatal links have been used at the same time. Pinning down two, but the follow-up doesn't seem to be there. GXP are just trying to run away.
Nice.
But Fa doesn't find that route.
That's exactly what Navi wants to do. Break them apart. Make sure that they don't have the key components to this wombo combo all in the right spaces. That's why you're seeing, hey, trying to get the Final Slash idling, but most important, the Golden Hour doesn't necessarily have to land. It needs to influence position as the gank
Yeah.
onto Ling commences.
Honestly, because even Lemma, I think, wanted to go
And
for the
you have Flicker,
backlines,
yes,
but
it's Flicker.
that golden hour meant so
Why doesn't
much.
he want to use his Flicker?
Ling up
Yes,
against two
Flicker.
really tanky members. Can she actually handle this? There goes the stun from the fettered airstrike, but Keiichi might go for the
Why doesn't he
Doesn't
use your
care
Flicker,
about
bro?
the
What the
fettered
hell?
airstrike. Fortunately, dodges the throne
Bro.
of ruin.
Yeah, really unfortunate there, but hey, you know, Alice without that flicker can't make those big plays just yet, but here comes the re-engagement from Ayanami's side. So far, Sophia has been doing some phenomenal
Funny
damage
user.
in the early stages of the game, but look at the mid. She's
Damn, what the fuck happened? What the hell? Oh man. What happened? Is it my stream? Oh.
been stuck up here for a while. Somebody needs to cover that.
And Lemma has been struggling so far to
we're
just
back.
actually get those targets, or even just be a bully overall as the Atlas, because Mirai has been phenomenal as well. I think this is what you expect when the Marcel is open, which makes it really annoying at this point. And surprising to see, actually the first turret down bot has been already taken down, so this might allow Navi to move a bit more around the map.
No!
But not when casualties like that take place.
No.
Look, the casualties are going to keep on coming here. They even drop. Oh, they pull it back with a fatal links
he did.
outside of the golden hour to ensure the kill, too. What an insane
yeah.
run.
It's better
Because
now.
with 10 seconds left on the clock, the turtle is going to show up. And right now, if Keiichi can steal it, that's great. But I don't think this is a contestable scenario anymore.
Just as we were talking about how they could move a bit more around the map, GXP were the ones first to move and anticipate
Why
that
is it
rotation
so-
and switch from Rian as
so
well
not-
as not Ayanami. What
Why
better way to
is it
set up
here?
for this upcoming objective, but Keiichi as well will be nearby.
Oh, the Purifies are already out for Mirai alongside of...
All right, not Ayanami trying to zone. We don't see the setup
Bro.
come in from GXP just yet. Lemma with a perfect pair, but there goes the final slash onto Mirai. He's trying to run out, but the Throji just going straight for the back
why
lines
is
alongside
this
not
shit, man?
Ayanami, forcing Sophia and Ling out.
Why?
Ray just trying to deal with the fronts, but not Ayanami actually has to go down. The fatal links onto Mirai too, finally picks up the kill, and it seems like GXP now able to find two.
Very, very...
Let me change this to 720.
Now able to buy 2.
Very, very patient here. And this was the big problem that I was talking about in Navi's composition. When you have your Alice, who also is your jungler, your main retribution user, you don't want to be the one who always has to not only sit on top of the neutral, but I'm the only one who can actually stop the feathered airstrike. Somebody else needs to be in position. And unfortunately, they don't have enough tanks to do that. So GXP making the high-level decision. If I just break the ankles of Mirai, then Ayanami will have to reveal themselves, because unfortunately, Alice, very linear hero. You know exactly when she's going to engage.
Yeah, there was nothing stopping GXP from just staying in the fight when they already popped that Purify from Mirai. And it's not like they had enough time to reset as well, because they had to deal with the threat of GXP just going straight for the objective. But this is a very fast rotation down bot. Not Ayanami and Keishi sense it, but I believe that'll probably create a bit more of space for Winnie, who's kind of struggled here in the bottom lane for the longest time.
Yeah, but at least, you know, in terms of EXP, she's not too far off, right? They're still level 10 to level 10. I mean, obviously there is a death at the end, but on that top side, they're not slowing down. Navi's using the macro well, and even making sure they're soaking up EXP and gold in the mid lane.
Oh, the damage coming in from Winnie is actually starting to hurt.
It's not laggy on my PC, but it's laggy on my phone, and I don't know why. This shit is fucking frustrating me, man. This stuff is frustrating the hell out of me. If I change this thing to pro, I don't know.
Actually starting to hurt. There's right in the face! Right
Still bad.
in front of these members of Navi. They were very unafraid to actually show themselves like that.
Yeah, I mean, it does mean that not Ayanami has to go for a recall here, but they can look to recontest the position. Now, in the mid lane, we see that at least from Rian's side. And I love the fact that they're trying to show information in different ways. Like, oh, hey, we actually want to put a lot of focus. Wait, hold on. Was that the final slash already being used? No. Link, this is pretty good from both sides. GXP doesn't have full information on where Navi is, so they're trying to probe and prod around to figure out where they are. And Navi purposefully denying them that information, hoping that Sophia tries to use a feathered airstrike in a predictable area to clear those waves. Now GXP looking to take that space back in hopes that maybe Navi's just a little sloppy, but both sides have been very, very clean. They back away nicely, and despite the score being 4-5, a 2.9k lead is pretty good for someone like Rian.
Yeah, but it's a bit more time